Hey YouTube, it's Faye. And for today's video, I'm going to show you an interesting technique that I learned about how to apply automotive paint, like actual automotive paint, with an interesting aerosol device. So this is a video about painting, but as you know, I do not claim to be any sort of automotive painter. I don't even pretend to be one on TV. In fact, I'm terrible at painting. So quick disclaimer, don't mimic any of my techniques here. I'm making this video strictly to show you a really interesting way to apply paint that I did not know existed, and maybe it will help some of you because it helped me a lot too. Huge thanks to my friend Rick from the Paint Spot for showing me some things and teaching me all the ways that I've failed in the past. So hopefully I'll do better, and so will you after watching this video. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. So the problem with making one piece of your project car really freaking nice, such as this gorgeous engine bay paint, it really starts to make you notice all the other parts that aren't quite so attractive, such as, of course, this subframe and, well, I already removed it, but my front sway bar. The paint was chipping off, old paint was stuck on there, and oh my gosh, at this point, I really can't put the engine in with the subframe looking like that. But the only problem is summer break is over, Angie's back to school, so I'm kind of on my own. So I went to a local paint supply store and asked for some advice on how the heck to paint this thing.
Okay, so yeah, this is self-etch primer. The active ingredient being acid. That's where you get the term etch. It actually eats into it, right?
So that's what I'm gonna put down on the bare metal before spraying anything else.
Yes, and you don't want to make the mistake of trying to get this to really cover well. You don't want to stack this.
Okay.
Because the acid, there'll be too much acid.
Okay, so super light layer of that.
So it just needs to be there. The acid etches into the steel, gives the primer a place to bite, and then the acid evaporates out of it.
Gotcha.
So you put one light coat on this, let it set for an hour or two, go over it with some Scotch-Brite real quick. Okay. Just to prep it, and then go right over the top of it with the paint. Okay, perfect. So that's gonna be for my prep surface already where there's bare metal. Yeah. And I first came in here asking for just like some rattle can black, and you were like, nope, that's not what you want. Yeah, you don't want rattle can black, and I've got a good example here. This is an empty can. It's not empty, it's got propellant and it's got acetone in it because it's like a universal thinning agent for paints. But to get this black or whatever color the customer wants, you fill that cap up, which is 4 ounces, and then there's an apparatus back there for pumping it into the can. So what you come up with in the end is 4 ounces of product out of what, 24-ounce can? Oh, that's like a total ripoff. It's a ripoff. And no catalyst or anything in there. It's got to be an air dry product, and that basically turns it to shit. So using like that style paint is probably why after me trying to clean the car, maybe spilling some brake fluid on there, maybe getting some brake clean on there over a period of several years, why all of my paint chipped and flaked and just destroyed itself. Yeah, basically. The hardener, what that does is that creates a cross-link. So that's what makes it impervious to chemicals and whatnot. Gotcha, just like the engine bay. So without it, another chemical is going to remove it. It's a reversible product. Whoa, so gotcha. That's why you don't want that. So wait, cross-link you said? Cross-link. Yeah, the catalyst and the paint will create a cross-link mixed at a certain ratio. So it's like a lot stronger, and it's going to adhere better. Once it cures and it links, it's bulletproof. Gotcha, and this you can't put into an aerosol container. No, because if you did, by the time you went to use it, it would already have done its thing and it'd be solid. So if I don't have a paint gun and I don't even have an air compressor, how's one to use? You want this. What the heck? Yeah, that's a cute little rascal, isn't it? Yeah, it's small. Necessity is the mother of invention, and I guess somebody figured this out. What the heck? Okay, it looks like a baby bottle. So that's a CO2 cartridge on top. Whoa. With a little pipe that sucks the paint up, creates a siphon, and there's a little spray tip on there. Oh, that is freaking awesome. Yeah, so it turns it into a shake and shoot situation. So I can shoot it at home like a rattle can, like a typical aerosol, but with the actual good paint. Exactly. Oh, heck yeah. That's where these come in. Oh god. All right, well now I gotta figure out how to read this. Yeah, I'll explain all that stuff to you. Cool. Want me to do that on film or no? Yeah.
Because if I don't know how to do it, I guarantee you a lot of people don't know how to do it. And actually, Danny and I were just having this conversation.
Okay, so different paints require different mix ratios. This particular paint, although we don't have a label on it, is a North Star product. It's basically like DuPont's Emron.
Okay.
A polyurethane. And we found that to replicate base coat, clear coat, it's a single stage product, but to get the effects of a base coat, clear coat, if you mix it 4:1 on the first coat, let it flash, then come back to 4:1 on the second coat having more reducer. That's what this last digit is.
Oh, so because I was looking at that and I was like, which one of those am I going to use? I'm using both of them.
Using both of them.
Okay, so
the first number refers to the paint.
Okay, the paint.
Second number refers to the catalyst or the hardener.
Gotcha.
And the third refers to the reducer.
Oh, so the first time we're doing 1:1, and the second time we're doing 4:1.
Yeah, so by
reducer.
being a little bit less reduced on that first coat, that gains coverage, although the paint goes on a little textury because it's thicker. So you let that flash for 15-20 minutes, come back and put the second coat on that's a little bit over-reduced.
Yep.
That makes it more aggressive. So that second coat will actually eat into the other one, melt it, level it, and that's what turns orange peel into glass.
Whoa! So even if I fail, I really can't fail.
You can't go wrong.
With that formula. Cool.
You can connect it to the floor, and they call those runs. But practice makes perfect.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have a lot of practice, so we'll see how this goes. All right. So then I've got my reducer, my hardener,
the reducer and the hardener,
and the black,
and the black,
and I've got my formula.
Yeah, and so if we're talking 4:1 on that first coat, you can just see a whole bunch of mathematics on this whole cup.
Whoa.
You could either go by the ounce scale.
Okay, yeah. You
or you can go over here and you can find one that says 4:1.
Okay, all right.
If you figure out that, okay, I'll need 8 ounces of paint, for that first go around or something, you can kind of just roll that over there and figure out, well, where's that at here? That comes to...
So it lines up like kind of to one of these rows of numbers, basically?
Yeah. So I figured that it's going to come to, at 8 ounces, probably about the 4, right?
Oh, on the one there.
Yeah, but since that's our last column, I'm just going by that for a reference.
Okay.
So if you go back here to the first column, your paint will go up to the first 4.
That's the paint, that's the 4.
And then you take your hardener and bring it up to the second 4.
Oh.
And then you bring your reducer up to the third 4, and that is a 4:1 ratio.
Oh my God, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, and if you got a whole front end of a car to paint or something, you need a full cup. Well, the highest this thing's going up to on that scale is 8. So your paint would go to that 8.
Yep.
Your hardener goes to that 8, and then your reducer goes up to that 8.
Right, if I want to like double the amount.
Yeah, stir it all up, throw it in the gun, you're good to go.
Wow.
And the same thing with all the rest of those different ratios, which applies to different chemistry. So they're not that complicated.
Okay. Well, whoa! Oh my God, it's doing stuff. Okay, well. Having the proper tools is like half the battle too. Painting is hard. No, really, it's actually really hard. I think I got it all. Okay, and here is the end result. Obviously, I'm not like the world's best painter ever, but what's most important is that it is this beautiful, freaking glossy black. Oh my gosh. And it's actually gonna stay. So that's the goal. Of course, I'll do an update and let you guys know a few months from now or after the engine's in how good it holds up. Let's see how everything else turned out. Here's my little glossy steering arm. And part of my power steering rack. Oh, that turned out really nicely. And my sway bar. And this is a power steering hose. It's actually connected. We got a soft line here and the hard line. And the other ones, I was able to just pull the metal pieces out and I'm gonna get them powder coated. But this one, there's no way I could do that because it's like basically crimped on. So all these little metal pieces I did with the paint, and oh my gosh, it looks amazing. I'm super happy with how this all turned out. I can't get over how well this turned out. I mean, especially for me. I had like the lowest expectations. And look how beautiful and glossy that is. Oh my gosh. I just could not be happier with this end result. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, awesome. Leave me a thumbs up, leave me a positive comment. If you learned something new, let me know. I always like seeing that. And yeah, maybe consider subscribing or something like that. So all right, I will see you in my next video. All right, bye.